Okay, I'm going to do some fictitious orders here, and then I'll end up going to delete these out of the back end. So the only one that'll be live or be real ones. But let's say, for instance, you have a job where you get the order, but artwork isn't done yet, like a walk-in or whatever. You get the idea. It's a new order, but you don't have artwork yet. In that case, you're dating the order. You're putting in your work order number. You're selecting your customer. And again, I'll get into how to add a customer if they're not on the list later. But in this case, I'm going to submit an order. It's not going to be multiple work orders, it's just going to be one lettering assignment. I'm going to say it's a new order. I'm going to say the due date is the 1st, and it's going to be customer pickup. The terms, if they're not in the system already, they would populate if they are. If not, you have to select it. That's a little bit of a glitch at this point, but I'll fix that. But in any case, you select it with the drop down. We're going to say the gross sale is $500. We're going to say our cost on the job is $200. I'm going to say my commission on it is 20%. Now, commissions, you always put the decimal. Don't put 20 in point two. That's decimal. Lettering PR, which again, I'm going to change that lettering to say lettering PR, not initial PR. We're going to say is $250. We're not going to do any personalization, so that's 0. Purchasing is required. We're going to say it's coming from Badger. Okay, we're not using samples, and it's going to be screen printed, and we don't need any of this. Actually, you know what? We'll say there's bagging, just so I can show you that. No personalizations, no shipping because customer pickup. I'm going to upload the file. I'm just going to use those same PDFs I used before. In the interest of time. So there's my work order, and there's my purchase order. Okay? Now my art status is going to be one of these two. If it's a reorder, I would have indicated that up here. I wouldn't have put new order. I would have put reorder. So it's not that. It's new art request and reorder is not that. It's new order, art request, direct screen. Okay? You can read through the rest of these when you log in. But then I'm going to hit submit artwork request. Then you get a drop down. Or a collapsible comes out. It's standard or rush. Okay, it's going to be standard service. I'm going to pick it as a 5100. Now, you got to be careful here because if there's more than one of the same model number, it may populate the wrong one. In this case, it is because I want the Badger C2 Performance shirt. Okay, it's going to be red. Now, this I'm just telling the artist what to mock it up as. That's it. This isn't for the order. This is just simply to tell the artist what you want done. Okay? If there's other garments you want to have with the same exact logo you want to show them, for example, you want to show them the same logo on a long sleeve or a hoodie, you would indicate that here. In this case, I just want my mock-up on this shirt right here. It's going to be a direct screen, so that's lettering style, right? Lettering location is just going to be a full front. And you see you got plenty of room to put as many as you want there. A lettering color, I'm going to say white. Now, if you had any other details, like maybe it's white on red and red on gold or something, you could indicate that there. The artist latitude, exact duplication, and you got places to attach artwork that you want them to duplicate. And also, if you have more than 2 files, we tried to make this to accommodate about 90% of what we do. So there are some workarounds for the other 100%, the other 5%, hopefully, or 10%. But in this case, let's say you have more than 2 files that you want to send. You would click this, and that would tell the artist that you're sending more files by email. Now keep in mind, each lettering assignment has its own work order. So I wouldn't try to lump this all into one. I would do just one lettering assignment per request. Okay, exact duplication, concept only, be creative, duplicate design with edit. Okay, let's see, concept only. Create new design for crawl to sell to parents, baseball type design, something cool. Okay, that's his instruction. Okay, and that's it. So now I hit submit. So now I've submitted the order, but as you can see here, it's showing up on rep waiting for artwork request, because I requested artwork for this. Well, I put crawl in for the description. I'm just trying to come up with something, but the customer is D&K Outdoor. New artwork request direct screen. The art status is right there. Screen print, yes. Screen print date is not scheduled yet. There's no embroidery and there's no heat press. Here's my PDF if I want to look at it. And also it populates down here with my open orders. And as you can see now, it's just going to do a running list. That's Sojourners I did earlier, and then the DKY, D&K. So that's that. Now, for the artist, they're going to jump over here now, and it's going to populate on their artboard. And they're going to see standard art request. They're going to select that, or click on that, and they're going to read the details, and they're going to grab any files you send them, and it's all here, all their details. So they're going to clock in on the job in a different forum, but don't worry about that timing. But they are going to clock in. And then when they get the job done, they would attach it here. Let's just attach this design right here, just for an example. And they're going to indicate who the artist is, and they're going to put their time down in decimal. So if it's 30 minutes, it's 0.5. And they're going to change the status of the artwork to customer review. Now it falls off their board because it's done. Then it reappears on your dashboard. It gets moved from waiting for artwork to artwork ready to review. In this case, you can you open it up. There is the let's see, where is it here? Right down here is the file. I'm going to hit Control and open that up to just look at it real quick and say, yep, that's what they wanted. I can right-click, save it as, save the link as. I can save link, and it saves a JPEG, or I can just open it up and save image from here too. It really is a horse apiece. It doesn't matter which one you do. But now I got my artwork. I sent it to my customer, and I'm going to change the art status to sent for review. That's going to help remind me that I did send it. It's still going to stay here, but at least I can see that I sent it. And let's say the customer got back to you, and I said, no, can you change this or that, right? Then you would go down here, and this is where you would do your quick edit. Change to Royal T-shirt, whatever your quick edit is. You would request a quick edit. You would click update. Actually, I forgot one thing, so that's not a big deal. I just jumped right back in. I want to change my status to quick edit request. Now that's important, because if you don't do that, it doesn't show up on the artboard. But there, I saved it, or I updated it. Okay, now you see my art status changes to quick edit request. And if I go to my artboard now, you see that it shows up under quick edit request. Now I come back here, the artist goes into here, they read your quick edit, what do you want done, blah, blah, blah. It's right here. They enter the time it took them. Let's say it took them 15 minutes to make that edit. And then he, let's say he wants to leave that there, he could leave that there, or override it, either one. But let's, for the sake of our argument, our discussion, we're gonna put a different one in there, so both of them will end up being there. Okay, so now he hits update. Oh, I did not change the status, so it didn't drop off his quick edit board. So once again, not a big deal. I jump back in, and I change artwork to customer review again. Now it falls off his quick edit board and shows up back on your board for customer review. So you open this up. Now you have the other file right here. You can save that on in your folder and send that to your customer. And once again, you can click sent for review. Your art status still sits here, but you know you sent it because it says sent for review. Let's say they get back to us and they say that is approved. At that point, you would go artwork approved, make film, and then you'd attach the approved artwork, so the artist can see what is actually approved. And then you hit update, and now it falls off your board. You're done worrying about it or dealing with it at this point. You can always access it again down here. Now we can watch this art status change by, now we go to the art board. Let's just jump to the production board quick. It doesn't say that you're waiting for approved artwork, approval, because you attached your approved art. So it doesn't land there. It would have been there until you did that, but since you did that, it's gone. The only thing for the production manager to do right now is to just schedule the job. So they open it up. Let's say they're going to run it manually. They're going to run it on the 27th. They estimate the time to be 2 hours. And they click schedule and hit update. They don't change the art status because nothing's changed yet. It's still the same. We're waiting for... Oh, and we selected bagging on that order too. So right here, she would be mindful of when she's running the job, if there's anything embroidery or anything else going with it, you know, what needs to be bagged. But in this case, they're just this one, so we're going to have them bag it on the 28th. She'd hit update. Now there's nothing here for the production manager to do because all the jobs are scheduled and so forth. And but she would have all the open orders down here, so she could access all those details anytime she wanted, and so can you. Anybody in the company can. But you can see the status of it. The artwork is the orders have not been received. For this job, it's screen printing, and that's it. For this job, it's screen printing, and that's it as well. So that's that for now. But for the artist, it shows up over here and says approved artwork. Okay, so he sees the status as artwork approved, make film. So he would go in and see what the approved artwork is, and here it is. It's attached right there, so he can easily open it up and go, oh yeah, okay, that's what we need. And then he would make film. You go in here and change the art status to film ready for approval. Hit update. And then over on the production manager board, it'll appear on here and she'll see that its film is ready for approval. And she takes a look at the approved artwork. And she takes a look at the film, make sure it's ready. And then she says, okay, everything looks good. It's got to go to screen prep. Okay, screen prep, which is support, goes here, checks out the approved art to make sure they got what they're supposed to have, burns the film, and at this point, say they spill something on the film, or they rip it, or they can see it's wrong or something, they can request to make a new film and make notes to the artist on what they need or why they need it. Or they can say the screens are burned and it goes into production. Now, this whole time on your dashboard, only your jobs show up here on the open orders, but you can see the art status. In this case, you would have watched it go from make film to screen prep to production. You would always know where it's at. And if you wanted to know even more details on it, you could open this up and it has all this information. It'll tell you when the job is scheduled. You can look at the approved artwork again. You can see your original request for artwork and how long that took, how long the quick edit took, what vendor was used, has it been ordered yet, has it been received yet? In both cases the answer is no. What production departments are going to be used. And if you need, like say you forgot that it's supposed to be bagging, you can come back and check bagging, so it'll show up on the production manager board to be bagged. It's just a matter of just checking it or unchecking it if that's what you want to do. You see when it's scheduled, you see the screen printing scheduled here, bagging is scheduled here. This is on quotes and pre-order stuff and quality control. We'll get into that another time. But anyway, that's all on your dashboard. I'm just going to walk through real quick the purchasing piece, just so you have it. At this point, Ann would go into the jobs and see, okay, she got an order for S&S, she got an order for Badger. Let's say she's going to order this Badger. She'd click that. She'd also open the PDF. She'd have an S&S or Badger website and the PDF side by side. Once she places the order, I don't even know where Badger ships out of. I don't know if it's Ohio. It says Ohio. And let's say she's expecting it to be here on Wednesday. She would click ordered on this one. Now, in some case, you may have more than one vendor, of course. So this is kind of a reminder. If she hits update here, it won't fall off her board because she didn't say all goods have been ordered. Okay, only this one has been ordered. There might be another vendor here and another one here, so she can see on her dashboard at a glance what she ordered and what she hasn't ordered. In this case, you might go, oops, I forgot to say all ordered because I have ordered all of them. She just simply goes back into it and she says all product ordered, and then she would enter her order number or whatever else she enters in for purchasing notes. It shows up there, and she hits update, and now it falls off her order board. Okay, for Crying Ryan, he then goes over here. Say he comes to the day where it's got to be received. He sees that Badger is expected to be here on the 27th. You can see that this one hasn't even been ordered yet, but this has. Let's say we get to the 27th, he goes to receive it. He opens up the PDF, he receives the product, and everything looks good. At that point, he clicks on that work order, and he says received. And for the same reason as the purchasing, he would say received complete. We'll get into the purchasing error later on a purchasing video, but and also the receiving PDF, he'll actually have a screenshot and circle stuff and initial stuff and attach that there so we can see that he actually did that. And you have access to that image as soon as it's updated as well. So he would hit update, and now if you go over to the scheduling board for screen printing, you'll see on that the status is in production. It's a manual. It's estimated to be 2 hours. Receiving is complete, and when it's done, a customer is going to pick it up. So I got all the details there, and if I click on that, I can update it and say Nick printed it, and the actual time took him 1.5, and he would hit update. And then after that has been updated, since the customer pickup, well, actually, hold on, because we don't know, we don't want anybody making a call on the job being done. Let's see what happened here. Jump back here. It's still there because they didn't say screen printing complete. So there's a lot of safety nets in place to make sure things happen. In this case, he didn't hit save screen printing complete, so it didn't. Now it's gone from the production board, or the screen printing schedule. So now on the production board, because we don't want them to make the call that the job is actually done, and the production manager knows if it is. And right here it says, are there multiples for this work order? And the answer is no, this is it. Okay, great. Okay, is there personalizations? No. Embroidery? No. Heat press? No. Oh, it's got to be bagged yet, so it's really not done yet. So we wouldn't want to tell, skip the domino to let everybody know that it's done, because it isn't done. It's got to be bagged. So let's say we get to the bagging day, and they click on this. They put the bagging time in for everybody that's bagged it. Let's say it took them an hour, and let's say it was Mariah and Ann, and the bagging is complete. They hit update. Now if I go back to the production board, I see the screen printing job is complete, but this job is supposed to be bagged. I jump down the bag and I say, okay, bagging is complete. But the customer hasn't been notified, and it wouldn't show up here if they were notified, it would fall off. Because what the customer, what the production manager would do is, now that they know the job is done, they'd say order is complete, and they would date it for the date it was complete. And you can see that the per hour gets updated. You can look at that at any time. Estimated versus actual, blah, 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 who did it, and they click update. So now you can see that it fell off the screen printing board. I'm not sure why it's falling off the bagging board. I have to check that out, but it should fall off this as well. Easy fix, so I'll get that taken care of. Now it ends up on a couple locations. It ends up in purchasing that says customer notification. So this is a customer pickup, so it ends up here. So Ann needs to contact the customer. So she'd open this PDF up and she would contact the customer, or she could even open this up and get their emails right here or their phone number. She would notify them. I'm not going to do that right here because I want to show you there's another place. Also, under here it says order complete board. So every job that either has customer is notified, it's ready for pickup, it's ready to ship, it's ready to courier, or bagging complete, import orders, it all shows up right here. So from here I can also say, okay, the customer has been notified on this day, customer notified, and I put notes in and say voicemail for Crystal, and whoever does it would date it and say, okay, 12:25 at 1:30 p.m. and put my initials in there because I notified it, and then hit update. So now it falls off the customer notification board, but it shows up on the pickup board. So now when somebody comes in to pick up and they say, hey, I'm here to pick up, well, who's it for? Well, my name's Crystal. Well, what's it for? You don't have to play that runaround game where they don't seem to know what they're picking up. You can just pull this up and say, oh, Crystal for D&K? Yep, oh yeah, D&K. Oh, okay, there it is. You get the order, and then you select the pickup, picked it up today, order pickup, Notes, Joe picked up for Crystal at 3 p.m. and Mitch helped him. They hit update. Now it's basically gone. It's obviously not gone from here, but I'll figure that out. But it's gone everywhere except you can still search the work orders, but here's the beauty of this, one of the beauties of this thing. As a sales rep now, it's still on my open orders. Okay, the only way I get this to fall off my open orders is I go here and I click remove from dashboard. But I also want to do a follow-up date and make an assessment. Do I want to follow them up? Is it a recurring thing? Is it once a year? Is it once a month? You know, when should I follow them up? What kind of notes should I leave myself so I know? Or am I not following up at all? If you're not following up at all, you don't put anything there. If you are, and then just hit remove from the dashboard and hit update. In this case, let's say, just for an example, I want to follow them up on Thursday of next week, just to show you the example. So then I hit update, and now it's no longer on the open orders, but let's say I wanted to find it in a year or something. I can go to search work order, and I don't remember the work order number, but I remember the customer name. Or I want to search up by my jobs. I can search by rep, customer name, work order number, contact name, contact email. So in this case, I remember it's D&K Outdoor. So I'm going to hit search. And there it is. And if I go into this, everything that happened with this job, including the images, all the artwork, all the work order, the purchase order, everything is still here. Okay? There's my approved art, there's my art file, there's my work orders, everything is here. So now I can easily save the approved art or whatever I need to do to do the order again. Now, regarding the follow-up now, from the staff task, okay, there's where it says sales lead and task calendar. Okay, actually that's a different calendar. Hold on. I'm almost done. And but the follow-up is right here. It's a rep follow-up calendar. There's that DKY that I scheduled. I can click this. I see the follow-up notes that I made, and then if they say we're not interested right now. Call me back Friday or Saturday. I hit that and update. Now it moves the update or the follow-up to this date. So your follow-ups become really simple. All right, that's all for now.